Question number 2 is, what tools should I use when designing my collection?
So I would recommend that you start with the tools you use. Or you already, if you are proficient in certain computer programs, or you're very good at drawing or whatever, start with what you know, so that you can speed up your process and you don't get hung up in just like, oh, I need to learn a new program, or I need to focus on this or that. But you can do it by different ways. Once you need to find the product and decide what it is you want, but you can do your research through gathering pictures. I mean, if you are communicating with a designer and not designing yourself, the most important thing is that you have some rough sketches. They don't need to be good. They don't need to be proportionate, just showing if you have some sort of special idea, or pictures of different details of the shapes you like, anything. If you can draw, obviously draw. That's a very good starting point. If you are very creative and you may be a fashion student, or you even have a dress dummy at home because you like sewing, you can drape garments and shapes, and take photographs of that to get your first ideas. The tools that I use when I design, I always gather a lot of information when I start. I look at trend reports. I love Pinterest. Who doesn't love Pinterest? I look at lots of different shapes and try and narrow down what would suit the certain customer or the certain design project I'm working on. And then for me and for like a lot of the industry, so if you're looking to start working in the industry as a designer, the software that is used mainly is Illustrator, because in Illustrator, since it's vector based, it's very easy once you know the program to draw up the shapes and get the nice lines. And then so you use Illustrator to draw up your shape, and the shape is then put into what they call a design technical pack. And in this design technical pack, you have everything from a color sketch, and then you have a technical sketch showing all the technical details, like what seams or what zips or anything that is more of a thing that creates or makes the garment in production. And if you have certain labels you want to use, or prints or embroideries and everything goes into this pack, which is usually a few pages long, depending on how much detail you put into it. So that is what I do for the design process. And then I also always use my measuring tape. If you are designing something and you want a cuff, you can measure how long you want it by looking at your own arm. So measuring tape is always very lovely, and you put that into your tech pack. And for anything that comes to the pattern cutting for my factories, I use Excel to create my size specs. But we're going to talk more about that a little bit later on.